Alrighty, and we are live. Everybody, welcome back to our channel here in Elite Raceway. We are here with our Gnosis Division 2 group for round 8. And in the comms booth, you have me, La Rodri, and our fan favorite driver from Gnosis Division 1, Mini Tony. Mini Tony, how you doing today?
Not too bad. Fan favorite. I didn't know that. That's great.
Eh, You have a couple of people who are always excited to see you on the on the channel, especially
There I
Kyle.
see Kyle. There we go. Let's go.
Yep.
He's too kind. The goat.
And
Kyle
ooh,
having a
and
good week this week.
Kyle, yeah, definitely having a good week. Having won tier 2 on Monday. And Fate also calling you Goat Mini Tony.
Let's go, Fate.
Alrighty. And looks like I do see that we had actually DRS Maestro on the live chat as well. Maestro, I know you're enjoying your vacation out the country. Hopefully we see you back soon. I see he's going to be back next week. And next week
DRS
on a tricky
Maestro?
track. Yep, DRS Maestro.
Yeah, Maestro. Well, we do have South Africa represented here in the league.
Oh,
The
you're right.
season number one in the standings at the moment. Autron, who is coming out of the pits.
Yep. Atron, who I believe you said you had the standings ready, right? Take a look. I probably
I
should bring it to
do. I have them here. So Autron with 240 points. He is 94 points ahead of Infant Eater. In second place, in third place, we've got El Cap, which is 19 points, so 110 points behind Autron. El Cap having a bad week last week, unfortunately, with a turn 1 incident. So didn't get to score any points, has fallen a little bit behind, but he was one of my faves early on for to put a good battle in the season. So we'll see what he can do today, as Halvin Rowley is starting his push lap.
Yep, you're right. And I was looking at the constructors as well. McLaren actually have a 96-point lead, so it's quite the a comfortable gap, I think, for the McLaren drivers and the team. DRS Maestro asking where he is in terms of the standings. Maestro, you are currently sitting in 6th with a total of 108 points, and 2 points, actually 3 points behind you is your teammate Escargo. So Escargo hopefully looking to score some points and get past you as a driver number 1 for the group. But
Yeah, really nice split of points between the driver 1 and driver 2. That's a team that definitely doesn't have a favorite driver. Both of them sharing the load nicely.
yeah, very much
As
so.
Halvin Rowley puts in a 1:13.3, Chevy Wolves 1:14.1. Opening laps are coming in. I think everybody's just trying to feel the track. It's a very flowy track, right? So you definitely need to get in that feel.
And we were mentioning also on the Discord chat, it's a very easy track to lose the rear. We've seen quite a few wiggles and a couple of incidences in the other groups, so definitely something to remember, especially when you're pushing the tires. Ooh, looks like Autron has left the session. Let me see if I can invite him into it.
Hopefully he can rejoin us back again as we ride on board with El Gaucho Hafronix, our Argentinian driver in Division 2.
Yeah, for a second I thought I got disconnected because you went a little bit quiet too, and I was like, what's happening?
Oh no, I'm here.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, Atron, who was looking to be on a lap and back into the pit lane, so hopefully he's able to join in. It might be just Spain giving us quite a few glitches here.
Yeah, Spain can be a pain.
Spain without the S.
Yeah.
Let's see, we have...
Or without the A, that's the other one.
Yep, nice. True. Hafernix at 114.4, up to 7th. And Was Capitan putting in another lap? No, looks like no.
So just for reference, because we have a couple of drivers from Division 2 that are putting in their practice in Division 1 on Mondays to test out their setup, maybe test out some strategy. So for reference, in Quali on Monday, Autron put in a 113.1 and leader Liebeck put out 113.9. So that currently would put, well, and Armanson as well. Armanson, with a pretty fast lap, 112.9.
Oh, 112, nice. So plenty of room for improvement
Yeah.
since he right now is sitting at 113.1.
Yeah, he's already there. I think he's gonna beat his time from Monday. Armanson is. We'll see. Hopefully, Autron can take control of his car.
Yeah, I actually didn't see if he was able to join back in. But hopefully, yes, we do know how the game tends to be. Maybe it's the game's way of nerfing Autron a little bit and giving Infant Eater a little bit of a chance to close the gap.
As this Gargoyle starts Sector 3, going a little bit deep in turn, what's that, 10?
You know what? I'm going to have to memorize
and
the
loses
corners.
the rear. Oh.
Camera curse.
Yep. No damage, no damage.
Yep, and
All
Infant
good.
Eater actually getting past him. Looks like he's going to finish up his lap as well and is going to put in a 114.1, so right behind of his teammate.
Yeah, that's a solid lap. Very close to his time on Monday, his best time on Monday. So if that's his banker, he might be improving. MJW.
MJW, who has had some really good races this having joined in recently in this group. I do believe he finished in top 10 last week and has finished on the podium, I believe, twice. So yeah, looking forward to seeing what he's able to do. He's definitely a driver to keep an eye on. Has the pace, has consistency from what we've seen.
Yeah, very, very, very strong. So this is going to be, I think, his 5th race in this division as a full-time driver. And the last 4 races, his worst finish was 6th. So really, really consistent.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think this is Fate's GOAT in the Mercedes.
He is a
Fate rooting for his
giving him a little bit of a cheer.
for his buddy. Let's see what he can put up with. Seems like it's a good. He missed a couple of apexes, so he's definitely leaving some time on the table. But that is a good lap.
But nicely done. 113.6. Yep.
Yeah, and I do believe he has room for improvement.
Yeah, if he had missed those apexes like you mentioned, then yeah, if he's able to nail them in the next couple of laps, then he can definitely improve. We do have Armanson, who appears to be down on his time, going a little bit wide right there, but you never know where he could pick it up. Oh, right in front of him. I think that is the Aston Martin of Hafrenix, giving him a little bit of a runaway.
And we're having, I think, El Cap starting a lap? Or is that Guardians?
Yeah, looks like that is Guardians. Yes, so...
Into turn 1. Taking some of that curb in turn 2, not too much because it bottoms out the car, keeping it tight on fresh tires in quali trim. Watch for the 50-meter board.
He is out of...
I think he takes it nicely, yeah?
I wonder if he's still going to try completing this lap.
He's way low on battery as well, so perhaps this is... maybe he's just coming in.
Hey, as you keep an eye on him, I do think Joven Rally and El Capitan has actually started one as well. I think Joven Rally's up ahead in Sector 2, now entering. Does appear to be up on his time just by a little bit. But just that little bit could be enough to get past Chevy Wolves. Not much of a gap there between those two.
Yeah, we'll see how he's doing as he goes into Sector 3. He's 4/10 up on his time. That is monstrous. That would be enough for provisional pole if he can keep Sector 3 tidy. Flat out in turn 14, taking some grass, but I think that's fair. And
Still,
yes,
nicely done, a
provisional
112.8.
pole.
Nicely done. And we have El Capitan here finishing up in Sector 3. So we'll take a look to see if he's able to get past Hoven Rally there on the grid. And does by a 10. So El Capitan, a 112.7.
Yeah, 3/100ths of a second difference. That is pretty gnarly.
And I don't think Atron has been able to join in, saying internet doesn't want him to race. So hopefully he's able to join in. It might not cost him so much on the championship, but points are points, and you never know, anything could happen. So as I turn to the Kern dog, going a tad bit wide right there and invalidating. We have a couple of drivers in the back. Escargo here finishing up in Sector 1. Although he is down on fuel, so he might actually be on a cooldown lap. And it looks like Atron has joined in, so not exactly sure how much time we have in the qualifying session, considering we have the yellow flags. There we go, we have less than 6 minutes.
We've got 6 minutes left. It's gonna have to be a one-shot quali for him, almost.
So you said, what was his time in Division 1 again?
In Division 1, he put in a 113.1.
113.
So we're already past that. So right now he would be in P4 with his best Monday time. So a tall order to, in a single lap, most likely to have to beat that. But I mean, he's been outstanding all season. I wouldn't put it past him.
Yep, or maybe he wants to try the last of first challenge.
Yeah. There's a lot of risk. There's a lot of risk in that. Get yourself in traffic in lap 1. That's gonna be tricky.
Yep, especially as we mentioned, Spain without the A. Anything, just a minor mistake from a driver ahead, and you'll be caught up with that.
Yeah.
So let's see, he's still not out yet. We have Chernobyl Clutch, who might be finishing up on his laps, though he is down on fuel now. Let's see if Guardians and Surfer. Yeah, it looks like Guardians.
Ultron on an out lap.
Oh, so he has plenty of time to set a lap, but
both McLarens together. I wonder if one of them is going to give the other a tow. Because Darfur, if Darfur's ahead, he's, I believe, finishing a lap rather than prepping for one, but he lost the car. Looks like.
Oh, to for
no tow for Ultron.
And I'm keeping an eye on Guardians as well. Looks like he has improved on his time. He went a little bit too deep there on the on one of the final corners, but I do think it's still enough to improve. And looks like it is. Puts in a 113.8, pushes him up to 8th, and I think someone went into 5th. Hafernick's up into 5th.
There you go. And Ultron now starting his lap. Let's see if we can do a lap with him. Burning the battery down this pit straight here, looking for the 100-meter board. I'll break a little bit after that, down to 4th or 3rd. Take turn 2, turn 3 nice and tight. Wrap up sector 1. This is such a long sweeping right-hander. You have to be very patient to get on the throttle. Turn 5, super tricky because you've got a bit of a strange camber there as well.
So he's definitely looking like It's going to put in a solid lap time here.
Yep.
Has a little bit of battery to use here on the final DRS, and a tricky part of the track where we have seen a couple of drivers run deep.
Not too bad.
And it looks like he does have yellow flags ahead of him, but I don't think that's going to interfere with him. But Atron here going down a gear and is going to cross the line, puts in a 112.4.
Wow.
So phenomenal lap time for Atron there to hold the
Phenomenal
original
lap
pole.
time.
At the moment, we have Hoven Rally, who is attempting to improve as well, finishing up here in Sector 2.
He's a tenth below his best. So quite a ways to go if he wants to match Atron. I think that'll be enough for El Cap for now. Who I don't think El Cap is going to be coming out for a last lap.
Oh, Hoven Rally up a
Going deep in turn 10. Hoven Rowley.
And might
See
have
if he can make it up.
May have cost him a bit of time there because he was actually up almost 2/10 there.
Taking the last turn nicely.
Oh, but does improve to put himself in the front row. El Capitan, I don't think he's gonna have enough time. He has about almost less than a minute. Looks like we do
Everybody
have a
rushing to get.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was just thinking that too. But we do have
Well,
MJW who's putting in a lap time as well. And you mentioned Armanton, right? Is that him about to cross the line?
He's on an out lap. I think he's trying to get to the finish line. He's in Sector 3 now. I'm not sure how much time there's left, as I don't see it over the yellow flags.
Yeah, we have... Last it showed we have... Okay, there we go. We have about
30
20,
seconds.
Yeah,
okay, so he's going to make it. Armanson's going to make it in one more lap.
I think Capitan is just barely going to make it.
Yeah, it looks
Actually,
like it as well.
Might be enough, though.
What a monster lap by Atron. Jeez.
Yeah,
First
really
lap.
good lap time, yep. MJW seems to have improved as well, so looking to gain a couple of positions there. MJW crossing the line, puts in a 113.2, puts himself in 7th, although it looks like a Scarvo who recently just crossed the line, pushes him down, now up into 4th. We have El Capitan here in Sector 2, correct? Yes, we do.
Yes, nice lap by Escargo.
And it looks like we have Armanson who is in front of him, finishing up here in Sector 2 actually. So just taking a look at his time to see if he's improved, and it looks like he has improved. And it might just be enough if he's able to keep it consistent here on these final corners to get past Escargo and move up the position.
Yeah, there's not a lot of time to be gained in the last sector. I feel like most of the time is,
Ooh,
and does not by
We have
200th of a
Capitan,
second.
And actually
Will
was actually
stay
down on
in
his
P3.
time.
Yeah.
Looks like Chevy Wolves not able to finish up a lap. Looks like he might be just a cool down lap there.
Yeah. All right, quali done.
Yeah, really impressive quality from Atron, I think.
Yeah, one shot qualifying, put in a monster lap. 112.5, improving on his Monday time by a fair margin, 6/10.
Yeah, and Hoven Rally not that far off, really.
Yeah.
So just reminding them of the ready up. And would you like to go over the starting grid?
Absolutely. So one shot quali wonder Atron in P1. Hoven Rally completes the front row with El Cap and Escargo behind them. Armanson in P5 with next to Infant Eater. Chevy Wolves in P7. Fates Goat, MJW in P8. Haffer next to 9. Fat Angel complete the top 10. Heavy Races 11. Kern Dog in P12. We have Canadian Bigfoot and P13. Guardians P14. Leader Liebag, Chernobyl, and Tarfor complete the grid.
You're catching your breath there,
I made it in
right?
time. I made it in time.
You did make it in
I got cocky in the middle, not taking my time.
time. I sensed a
Had to
little bit of
rush
a
a little bit
slowdown.
there.
Yeah. That's fine. That's fine. As a reminder to our drivers that are listening in, and also to our viewers, we do have about 3 to 5 minutes break, uh, just to make sure all the drivers have enough time to really prepare their strategies, adjust any fuel. Um, I think with Park Firm on, they could tweak maybe one or two things, but other than that, they should be ready soon. Um, in regards, from what I saw from Guardians, I believe it's going to be a dry race. Um, unfortunately for me. Pretty sure all the drivers are quite ecstatic about not having to deal with the rain on this track. But yeah, in regards to the strategy, Division One didn't have a safety car, correct?
It did not,
It did
no.
not, right? So
Not even a virtual, I don't think. It was a clean race.
actually, you're right.
So
Not even a virtual. So
yeah, it was.
yeah,
There were a couple of spins here or there, but nothing too bad. I don't think.
and I see Leader Bag on the Discord chat saying report him for being too fast. So literally Pago's in 15th at the moment, but we do know how he likes to race. He likes to keep it patient and climb up the grid. Um, yeah, yeah, in terms of strategy, I think typically from what we've seen, the one stop is probably the best way to go.
Yeah. It's feasible. Medium to hards, hard to mediums. Probably medium to hards. I feel like is what most people have chosen and gone for. I do think the two stopper is slower overall.
Hmm.
But you have to do a little bit of time management to make the one stopper work. So I'm curious to see if we're going to see any variety in the strategies that our drivers choose. Tier one, sorry, Division one was a little bit boring. I think everybody but one or two people
It
started on
was
the
quite the
mediums.
DRS train. I will say they had
Yeah.
a phenomenal opening lap. It kind of looked like real life racing, so I personally did enjoy that. So just something for the drivers to keep in mind. Of course, be ready to brake early. It is quite a heavy braking area in into the first corner, so yeah, just keep the gap, uh, keep it away from the driver in front of you. Um, yeah, it was quite the DRS training on Monday, so yeah, curious to know how this group is going to
Yeah.
handle that.
So, Larodri, I know that you are a big fan of this track, right?
Yes.
What about it makes you like it so much? What do you enjoy? Do you enjoy driving on Spain in Spain? Do you enjoy watching the races in Spain? What about it do you
It's
like?
honestly, I just have had really good battles on this track in every league I've been, including this one. Um, and yeah, I just feel like there's so much like opportunity to make overtakes. There's other tracks. You have the walls. I don't know, just something about this track is you could toy a little bit with it, and especially in Sector Two, when you do make that overtake in that area where
Mm-hmm.
it's a little bit tricky because it's those curves. Uh, then you have the gravel, or if
Mm-hmm.
you just go a little bit too wide, it's like, yeah. I honestly, from experience, I think that's what I've liked a lot from this track.
Is it a track that you have done well in the past? And
I think so. I think obviously I've had my little mistakes here and there. It's especially in the rain. I think when it rains is probably my biggest weakness. But
yeah,
uh, yeah, I think just out of experience from what had with racing with other people, it's just something. Yeah, it's just a track where I've always had action happening.
yeah. Well, let's hope we see plenty of action and battles today. Let's see what these drivers put up
Yep,
for
and
us.
they do have the ready up, so they should be going soon. I'll get rid of the strategy. And if you're watching for the first time, our drivers do have formation lap off, so they will be going straight into the race. Uh, would you like to hype up the position changes? I usually give it to Turtle
I feel like
for the
you,
opening lap.
you yeah. I'll give it a shot.
Well, Why not, right? Why not?
Usually I'm more of the relaxed commentator. So we have 3, 4, 5 lights. And away we go. Looking at Ilkap, who had a really good start. Hovin Rowley dropping back. Now to P4. Autron keeping the lead. Into turn 1. Side to side, we have Escargo and El Capitan, but it looks like El Capitan will stay ahead.
Yeah, really nice.
Kern Dog
lap.
up 4 places. Oi! And a bad start. Oh my god,
MJW.
MJW losing the back! And everybody doing a great job avoiding that.
Wow. The reflexes are at 1,000 at the moment. Oh my goodness. MJW, first of all, what a save.
Yes.
To keep the car from going further sideways. And the driver's behind. Doing a great job to avoid
Phenomenal.
that. What a
Phenomenal.
heart
So that
attack.
MJW losing a bunch of places, now down 6 in total. Chevy Wolf down 10. I'm not sure what happened there. But, you know, the big winners from here are Kern Dog, who's now in P7 from P12. And Autron already opening up a second to El Cap in second place.
Yeah, and Escargo did really well to get the overtake done on, I think, on Hovin Rally at the start, so he had a really good set off there. My heart's still beating from MJW spinning. I will say, a phenomenal first lap from these drivers. I think I may have threatened them a little bit too much with that we were 3 for 4 with the other 3 groups, having a good opening.
No, really, really good. Very, very impressed by how everybody managed to avoid MJW, because that is a part where you're a part of the track where it's easy to lose it as you're turning, with the cars running slow ahead. So great job by everybody.
Yeah, I did see that Chevy Wolves has lost about 10 positions. I don't see damage. So it might have been maybe a little bit of a driver mistake. We did see him lock up, I believe, in Las Vegas. But looks like he's going to try making the move here onto Fur.
Into turn 7.
Lock up by the McLaren. And there he goes.
Loses it on the sausage. Very, very tricky. Lap 8. That's Bigfoot also. Yeah, Ferraris are not doing well today. I'm sure Kyle will feel the pain.
It looks like Bigfoot. Oh, it looks like we do have a virtual safety car, it seems. Autron actually managing to extend the gap. Was over 33 seconds ahead of El Capitan, losing it a little bit due to the delta.
Yeah, here drivers have to be careful with not exceeding the delta.
Yeah, definitely. And I was looking at the strategy calls. So we have 3 drivers with the. Actually, it looks like Bigfoot has switched over. We have 2 drivers who started on the softs. That's Infinite Eater and Fat Angel. And as you mentioned,
there we go.
The delta, Javi Race is picking up a drive-through. Guardians as well. So yeah, very unfortunate. We do know that sometimes it's
very frustrating.
Yes,
very frustrating when that happens.
Yeah, because it's definitely we saw how a safety car was very rare in the other groups, and I think Tier 2 was the only one that had it. So it's definitely an area where you have to keep. Oof! And that is the Haas of Kern Dog, who had a spin and into the wall. And unfortunately,
we have a safety car out.
As looks like I should probably shut up with the commentator's curse.
And leader Liebag getting a 10-second collision for, a 10-second penalty for a severe collision with Kern Dog. Not sure what happened there. That's most unfortunate because he'll be forced to serve those 10 seconds, so they won't be appealable.
Yeah, on the bright side, since we do have the safety car, it does help leader Liebag quite a lot, though. So he could pit twice. He could, help get rid of those tires. Get rid of that broken wing.
As he's coming in with the Voldemort look as well.
Yeah. And then, unfortunately, Hobby Racers and Guardians not able to serve the drive-through now.
No, right. They have to be served under normal racing conditions, right?
Yep, correct. So yeah, unfortunate for them, they're gonna lose a bit of time there. Although we did see El Capitan, who I think it was a game error where it didn't let him uh, serve the drive-through,
Yes, yes.
and it forced him to become disqualified. So hopefully that doesn't happen with these two, because it is gutting when we see, of course, the game impacting the drivers, and unfortunately that's out of our control. But
Yeah. Yeah, from that experience, I think that the lesson is when you get a drive-through, just serve it as soon as you can. It's just that they didn't get a chance to serve it, right? Because you went straight from the virtual safety car
yeah, because
into
he didn't
a
even
actual
have
safety
a.
car.
Yeah, they didn't. I'm trying to remember. I don't even think they had like a actual lap of racing between the safety cars. But we shall see
And the
how
safety
this.
car is going to be going around one more lap,
Yeah, we're waiting on a couple of drivers to catch
at
up.
least.
Looks like leader Leadbag was able to serve that 10-second penalty there. So still in a good position considering we have a couple of drivers in front of him who have the medium. So most likely going to have to, go in for another pit stop.
Yeah. Yeah, Fate here calling the Division 2 curse with the I'm not sure if referring to the drive-throughs plus the safety car or just the safety cars in general.
I think it might be to the safety car because I was literally talking about how safety car was only really in tier two, but
Mm-hmm.
guilty as charged. I am curious to know what our Fat Angel's game plan is, considering he's still holding out on the softs. It's definitely going to
Yeah,
be a little bit of a task defending against those behind him.
indeed.
And I do see on the Discord chat, Kyle giving Escargo a little bit of praise, telling him he's stepped up a lot. And yeah, honestly, I think he's 100% right. Escargo has definitely made a lot of improvement. I think this is his third season with us. I think he started
Yeah,
in Division
and
1. Yeah,
he's managed to score a podium this season in Belgium with a strong P3.
that's right.
Uh,
Well, looks like
and
we have safety car coming in this lap.
yeah, excellent. Now Otron hopefully does not go as early as he did in Vegas.
Oh, that's right. Yep. Yeah, he has
Or as
to.
late, I mean,
Yeah, he has to
or
make
as
sure
early.
the safety car goes into the pit lane, so that way the game doesn't slow him down.
Yeah,
So I do see he's trying to give it a little bit of a gap, and it looks like he has set off.
off we go.
And so I'm curious to know if MJW is going to soon be able to make a move on that Angel, considering he does have a much better tire advantage. He is closing in. Takes a little view of the inside, but looks like he's not close enough to make a move there.
Yeah, and actually, given the little slide he had in lap one, finding his way back up to P8 with the safety car helping, he's not in a bad spot. So Fate, keep your hopes alive.
Yep, you're absolutely right. And yeah, it looks like all the drivers just remaining right behind of each other. I see a couple movements happening there in the back. Leader Leadbag getting past Bigfoot. Looks like Bigfoot might have had a bit of a spin there. He's struggling quite a little bit with the Ferrari there.
Yeah, we're seeing his tires covered in grass.
The game might
Definitely
just be
want to be
really
avoiding that.
realistic.
Mm-hmm. As
But
Chevy Wolf goes a bit deep, a bit wide in turn 12. Let's see if Infant Eater can put on the moves now. He's going to have DRS when Chevy does not.
looks like our Manson actually just got the
Our
move on
Manson putting, yep.
Halflinks. And so we do have DRS enabled now this lap. Top four drivers remaining less than a second behind of each other, although El Capitan trying to extend that gap. Hope and Rowley extending it almost already over a second and a half ahead of our Manson. And so, do you remember what strategy you started off to, Tony? Was it
I
medium to
went from
hards?
mediums to hards, and my pit window was either 13 or 14, depending on whether I was riding a DRS train or not. So that was the plan. I ended up pitting in lap 13, I think. Because then the hards will take you not super comfortably, but okay-ish all the way to the end.
Okay, till the end.
I did that
They
actually.
don't pop.
Yeah. No, far from popping. It's just like you don't want to be driving like Bambi on ice.
Yeah.
In the last laps. I ended up hitting lap 13 because I was behind Outram by kind of like a couple of seconds, and I wasn't being able to catch up, and so I tried to pull off the undercut, which worked, but Outram got me in the end. He pipped me in the last lap. So credit to him. He was fast on Monday. He is fast today. He's opening up over a second on El Cap again.
The top three actually doing well. Although Hoven Rally putting in a little bit of pressure now on Escargo, but El Capitan doing well to maintain the same gap that Altron's maintaining on him. But yeah, around lap 13, I did see a couple drivers pit. Mac T, who was in contention for the podium, he tried taking the mediums to lap 16. Unfortunately, he lost a lot of time, and that kept him out of the podium. So yeah, at that rate, those tires are already dying. But in terms of
I mean, at the end of the day, I think it depends a lot on each driver's driving style, how aggressive they are with the steering. But yeah, 16 seems like a lot as Hoven Rally touches the grass in turn 14.
Yeah, a lot of drivers like that area.
Yeah, it just makes me nervous. I see a tire covered in grass, and he's closing really fast as Fat Angel puts the move on Hafrenix on those 8-lap-old softs. Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, nicely done by Fat Angel. Still keeping the pace with those softs, but I do wonder when he's gonna pull the trigger to switch out of them. Looking at the other gap, Chevy Wolves appears to be going a little bit wide right there. Oh, and Infant Eater putting his car in a really great position there. Doesn't look like that actually impacted Chevy Wolves, but yeah, drivers, remember to keep the overlap. So you don't want to put your nose in there where it shouldn't be.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it affected any positions, but Chevy definitely lost a bunch of time to MJW. Now almost 2.5 seconds behind. Losing that DRS train that runs from Fat Angel to MJW right now.
Looking up ahead, El Capitan has actually managed to close the gap, and now less than a second behind of Altron. Doesn't have the DRS. Has used up quite a bit of battery, but Altron pretty much similar. But this has definitely helped to extend the gap ahead of Escargo, who has just gotten overtaken by Hoven Rally there.
Yeah, Escargo's going to try and continue, and Manson managed to close a gap. I think he was a couple seconds behind the front runners. Now half a second behind Escargo. And right about now at 9 laps is when those mediums start feeling a little bit more wobbly. Like there we go, a little slide from Hafrenix. Yeah, this is where you can start seeing some differences.
Fat Angel doesn't appear to be struggling at all with the softs. Although I don't want to jinx him, so
I did do a stress test in a practice race to see how far can you possibly take the softs. As we see a lockup by Hafrenix into turn, what is that, 10 I think?
Ooh, taking a little too much of the curve right there, giving us a bit of a scare. Yeah, looks like Hafrenix might be one of the first drivers to be pitting soon. Because Fat Angel doesn't
keeps the car pointing in the right direction at least.
Yep, at least.
And Hafrenix gonna get the move done comfortably. in the straight, he has
Yeah, MJW was looking
MJW
for the gap. It
yeah,
looks like now I'm closed right in front of him.
yeah, I think he backed off. This is a smart move. There we have Escargo going a little bit deep, but staying ahead of Armanson. This is a long race, right? So 33 laps. It gets... It's very easy to break your concentration. Once you're having lap after lap, you need to get into that like nice state of flow.
Yeah, 100%.
Yes, here's Fate saying in the chat that he was being very careful with the tires after lap 9. Definitely. And I wonder who's going to pull the trigger first. I wouldn't expect anybody to pit. Well, Fat Angel I would have expected to pit a couple of laps ago, but
yeah.
he's doing a good job. He's doing a good job on those softs.
He has lost a little bit of time from Hafermix, although I think for him right now, I guess the most important part is the positions in the top 10.
Yeah.
But looks like MJW going to get the overtake done nice and easily with the DRS and the battery. And I do want to say Chevy Wolves, who lost about over 2 seconds behind of these two due to the little incident with Infant Eater, has managed to catch up. So now within the DRS of Fat Angel. Everybody keeping it consistent. All the drivers, I think, quite focused for this round.
Yeah, we do have Ultron and El Cap up ahead, you know, barely outside of DRS. We have a sizable gap between P2 and P3 with Joven Rowley 5 seconds behind Cap. And from there, it's kind of nice and tight between Joven Rowley, Escargo, Armanson. We have a race.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, from the front to the mid pack. You see a couple drivers in the back as well, maintaining the gap. But I do think Chevy Wolves might be looking to get the overtake. It actually looks like Fat Angel's going to go in, so has decided to pit and get rid of those softs. Wonder if he's going to switch over to the hards or...
And try to take it, yeah. That's exactly what I was thinking.
Because how many
We'll
laps?
see.
Still have about 20. Yeah, they could probably make it all the way to the end, though. Actually, no, it looks like he's going to go to the mediums. And
interesting.
Most likely,
so committing to a 2-stop, I guess. The mediums will not make it to the end from here.
Definitely not. Definitely not.
I believe it was who was it that did phenomenal drive, taking care of the I think it was Sabino. It was
That's
in
right.
Spain who did like something like 20 some laps.
It was last season if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, that was honestly the most impressive highlight of
the
season.
I still remember that. It was so impressive.
Yeah, I think even J-Dog was super surprised from that because and it was like he was still maintaining, you know, he was in the battle. He was still keeping the pace.
Yep.
Yeah, he had pit I think like lap 1 and took it all the way. Took it all the way.
It was something insane like that. Yeah. Escargo staying close to Joven Rowley.
Oh,
I have MJW with a 3-second penalty. That's unfortunate.
That's it's gonna hurt him quite a bit considering he does have a couple of drivers closing in. It looks like Chevy Wolves going to get the overtake done. Ooh, a little bit of a lock up there from MJW, and so that's gonna let Infant Eater battle for the position there.
Got the inside line. MJW finding the traction outside and taking back P9, looks like.
Yeah, nice overtake by Infant Eater to go around the outside there.
Nice.
But MJW does have that 3-second penalty. Has quite a nice gap ahead of Chernobyl Clocks. But he's going to have to do for a 2-stopper there. Well, actually, top 9 probably.
The question is, will Ultron pit now? Or will he stay out and give El Cap the option? Ultron will not pit. Does El Cap try to undercut him? He does. I want to see this play out. So I guess Ultron will have to pit in this lap.
Wonder how much traffic El Capitan is gonna run into though. But looks like we do have a couple drivers who have chosen to pit, like our Manson and Chevy Wolves. But El Capitan was honestly doing really well. He it was a little bit of a toying with the with the gap. It was sometimes less than a second than Atron putting in a little bit of the throttle and extending it back to over a second.
Yeah, and El Cap finding a lovely gap to pit out, to coming out of the pits with a lot of clear air. Gonna be a critical out lap for him, critical in lap for Autron, who is now into sector 3.
Yeah, and looks like we still have a battle between Hoban Rally and Escargo. I do wonder if Hoban Rally is going to pit and have Escargo react, or see right here.
I feel like
they go around.
I feel like we should see everybody. And Autron not pitting, going for a 15th lap on the mediums. Interesting.
Yep, and as we say that, Escargo getting the overtake done on Hoban Rally, so gaining a position there up into second at the moment.
So maybe Autron trying to vindicate McT's strategy on Monday.
It looks like it.
Right.
Oh, Chevy Wolves taking a little bit too much of the gravel right there, and has lost a little bit of time to dig for his teammate who just got the overtake done on Tefur. I do see yellow flags, and I'm not exactly sure. Is that Guardians, who appears to have... He's in the middle of the track, so I don't know if he spun coming out the corner or just a little bit of contact with maybe another driver, but Guardians does have...
Yeah, very strange place to lose a car, right?
Yeah, and he's missing both end plates, that wing. Whew. Busted, but...
Yeah. Now, interestingly, El Capitan is not being able to close the gap on Infant Eater on his fresh hards versus the 12-lap-old mediums, keeping the gap at around 7 seconds. As Hafrenix comes into the pits.
It's going to take a couple laps for those hards to really kick in. I do want to say Escargo doing really well to push the car, and it's now over a second. No, well, actually, it looks like Hoban Rally's closing in a little bit, but Escargo was putting in the battery and was trying to extend that gap, doing well to keep ahead. Ooh, looks like we have a
little bit of contact. Yeah. Not too bad.
Yeah, so lead back with the 13-lap-old hards. Our Manson with the much fresher tires. Looks like our Manson is going to get the move. So yeah, all the drivers being careful. And yeah, really great racing from this group. We're halfway through the race. As you mentioned, it's a long race. So definitely, yeah, just have to keep the focus, and did want to take a look.
And will Autron come into the pits? Yes, finally, thank you.
He had you stressing, huh?
Yeah.
And I was actually looking at the fastest lap. So at the moment, Autron holds the fastest lap with the 116.2. So those are extra points for him, if he's able to keep it like that. But it looks like Hoban Rally is going to extend with those mediums, and El Capitan stealing away the fastest lap at 116.0.
Yeah. And taking what is effectively the lead of the race. Having pit, but now he's gonna have a little bit older tires, 3-lap older tires than Autron, all the way to the end.
Yeah, so the undercut did pay off, but as you mentioned, it looks like Chernobyl giving the drivers behind a little bit of room. He knows that he's gonna have to pit, and looks like has appeared right in front of his teammate. Chernobyl playing a bit of the team sport, I guess.
Yeah, I guess Chernobyl will want to pit soon as well. get on some mediums for the rest
And
to see out the last 13, 14, 15 laps.
and I did want to mention who had the drive-throughs. We had two drivers with the drive-through, right? If
Hmm.
I'm not mistaken, I think it was Javi Races and let me take a quick zoom
I
past
don't
the
know if it
screen.
was
And
Guardians,
Guardians, yep.
perhaps.
Yep, it was
Yeah.
Guardians, yep. So Javi Races who was in 13th, Guardians in 16th. So yeah, looks like the drive-through did, you know, it did a little bit of impact on their race, but both of them keeping their head down. And looks like we do have Chernobyl who has decided to pit. Hovind Rally coming out of the pit lane right behind of Peter Liebag. And looks like Atron does have Guardians right in front of him. Guardians doing really well to listen to blue
Get out of
flags.
the
Yeah.
way. Yep.
For a second I was worried because his teammate is leading and then but yeah, Guardians.
Guardians has the experience.
Yep, he does. So yeah, Guardians getting out the way, doing a great job
Yeah.
there. But
We have
Atron's
still two cars that have to pit before the end. Heavy Races and I believe leader Liebag, who might hold off and see if there's an opportunity coming up with any sort of safety car intervention as El Capitan puts the fastest lap.
I think oh, looks like we have looks like that's gonna be a retirement in the pit lane. That is Guardians who yeah, unfortunate with the drive through pushing him all the way down to the back of the grid. So yeah, hopefully better luck on the next race in Zandvoort.
Yeah, definitely. Very frustrating when that happens. But good to have Guardians racing with us again. They had some pretty good results. I think he came in top 10 in Vegas last week. Guardians.
He did actually, yeah, he did.
With a nice solid result.
But yeah, and I want to mention, well, now that Guardians has retired, so as I mentioned earlier, or as we mentioned earlier, we do have a little bit of a battle between the Alpine and the Sauber team. So Alpine, that is Escargo, El Capitan, and the Sauber, both of them holding the fort for their team and looking to score some points. So I think Escargo, if he's able to secure a P3, should be some really good points to keep them ahead of the Kick Sauber team there.
Yeah, for sure. As we wait for DRS Master to come back for Alpine. Leader Liebag finally decides to
enjoying too much
pit.
his vacation.
As he should.
As
right?
he should, yeah, no. I believe he's out the country, so yeah, hopefully he has a safe travel back.
So up until now we had seen El Capitan keep a fairly constant gap to Autron of around 2 seconds, but now it seems to be, I'm not sure if Autron is turning the screws tighter, tightening the screws, trying to get in DRS of El Cap. I know that some drivers, I wasn't really caught in a long DRS train for laps on Monday, but a lot of the drivers up ahead were complaining about having the engine overheating here in Spain when you're following for too long. I wonder if that's going to come in playing as a factor, especially if Autron El Cap manage to match their paces in the next couple of laps.
Yeah, it's a good point to bring out, yeah. Oh, looks like, I think Infinite Eater might be closing in on the back of Chevy Wolves here. Just keep an eye on him. Yeah, about that, and then also the DRS train, because yeah, once you're out the DRS, it's quite hard to really pick up and get the overtakes done. But here, Infinite Eater getting the move done on Chevy Wolves, and I don't think Hamfernix will be close enough to get a move there. So, oh. But Atron actually now having reduced that gap, yeah, is within the DRS of El Capitan. So 3-lap younger tires, has a comfortable gap as well ahead of third. So yeah, it's quite the battle just between these two. Escargo trying to hold on to that last place spot on the podium, right?
Yeah. With Armanson, you know, right on his heels. We'll see now, Autron, if he can make use of the DRS on the long pit straight, riding that slipstream. It might not be this lap.
Oh, looks like
Or
it
he
might be
goes
this
for
lap,
it,
although a
and
little bit
there's
of contact.
Push, loses
Oh,
the
and
car.
Autron, yup, having a spin. He does have the gap ahead of Escargo, though. Escargo and Armanson closing in there on turn 1. We'll see how that gap reduces from 12 to now 4 seconds now.
Yeah, and it's going to be an interesting challenge now for Autron with the 7-second gap, 10 laps to go. You know, he's got the slightly fresher tires than Il Cap, but I'm sure stewards will be taking a look at that.
Yep, if he if he ends up finishing ahead of El Capitan, probably. Yeah, unfortunate for Autron. As I mentioned, I mean, turn 1 is quite a heavy braking area, so you have to be a little bit cautious there. But El Capitan actually doing well to keep that car straight and just continue on as if nothing happened.
Yeah.
But yeah, this has given El Capitan a little bit of breathing room from the pressure Autron was putting in on him. See in the back, yep, a little bit of a battle here still between Infant Eater, Chevy Wolves, and Pantronix. And it looks like a couple of gaps have opened up in the back. Looks like Chevy Wolves might not be close enough to get a move there. Infant Eater trying to close in on the back of Colvin Rally. And we do have Armanson who has closed in on Escargo. So yeah, another battle to keep an eye on as well. So we have a couple of laps remaining, but at the moment, who would you say would be your top 3 driver of the day nominees?
It's
quite a I'm feeling it a little bit difficult.
It feels a bit early also. I think this race still has something left in store for us.
Or at least the one driver who has stood out a little bit for you. It's still difficult.
It's still difficult. I mean, I would give it to El Capitan, who for now, you know, is on pole. Just, I guess, basically he pulled a good strategy, pitting a little bit earlier, trying to get that differential. We'll see if it pays off in the end, given the tire age difference. But you know, if he can manage to take this all the way, then he would be one of my candidates, I think. And you know, you got to give it to Escargo, right? Which I'm very hesitant to do because of some superstitions that some people have. But this would match his best finish of the season. So if he manages to hold on, fend off Armanson, which is no easy feat. Armanson really clinging there, just slightly within DRS, keeping that 1 second gap fairly constant.
Yeah, and Armanson's one to keep an eye on. He was, I believe, one of our top contenders right last season in the front row. Has appears to have struggled a little bit this season, but honestly, he gets the extra practice on Mondays, and I think he still fares quite well with the battles. Oh, Chevy Wolves not picking up a 3-second penalty there.
Oh, that's unfortunate. He's having a pretty good race as well. Chevy had caught my eye.
And considering he was dead last, if I'm not mistaken, in like the first opening lap.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he's done really well to keep his head down. He's up into seventh at the moment. Unfortunately, Hafner's within that 3 seconds, but anything could happen.
Yeah, he does have 11 lap old hards, right? Like El Cap, so he's gonna have a bit of a disadvantage with respect to the drivers around him. But yeah, that mid pack, between Hoven Rowley and Hafernix are giving us a nice little battles here or there.
I think we've had more battles here than Division One.
So far. And I'm keeping an eye on the gap between Altron and El Cap, which was 7 seconds.
Yeah, he's closed it quite a bit.
That's now reduced to 4.5. Altron may be, having a bit of a mad drive right now, pushing. Yeah, it's still...
Used up quite a bit of the battery, though. Capitan on equal.
Yeah, as we see yellow flag, that's an Aston Martin. Is it Hafernix?
That is Hafernix. Yeah, looks like he had a little bit of a spin.
Doing some rally driving.
Yeah, he has Fat Angel approaching right there, who's going to get the overtake as Hafernix joins on the track. So, yeah, unfortunately for Hafernix, who is staying behind of Chevy Wolves. I do see another yellow flag, but I think that is Tafur getting out the way of the race leader there. Atron, a man on a mission, trying to catch up to El Capitan, has very few laps remaining here.
Yeah, I wonder, is he pushing too much, right?
Yeah, and as we mentioned, that's something to keep an eye on this track with pushing the tires. It's you could easily lose the rear with too much throttle and having to spin.
Because he has to catch up and then overtake, right?
Yep, exactly, and hopefully overtake in a more better position. But we'll take a look at that afterwards, as you mentioned. But we do have Infant Eater, who has closed in on the back of Hoven Rally. Does have the DRS. Not using the battery though to close in and try going for the attack move.
Yeah, showing some patience there. As we see Fat Angel pitting on his two-stop strat. He's gonna probably come out around P12, P13. I wonder if he's gonna put softs for this last little stint, for most likely. Nope, mediums. There we go. Okay, soft, mediums.
Hafernix actually going for the softs. So at the moment, it's Atron with the fastest lap at 115.7. Hafernix with the softs can actually try stealing away that fastest lap.
Yep. As we see also yellow flags in sector 3.
Tafur getting out the way.
Just letting people by, yeah, fair enough. Good man, Tafur. There we go. Tricky part of this track to let people by. Is Cargo opening up a gap to our Manson now? About over a second.
Yeah, Scargo I think has really locked in on these last two races. It was quite unlucky in the first opening of the season, but I think he's definitely trying to turn it around. So hopefully he's able to score some really good points here for the Alpine team.
Yeah, and as we say this, right, our Manson closes in on him, so let's get the camera off.
Yep, exactly. I'm switching over to Infant Eater now.
There we go.
Ooh, it scared me a little bit right there, getting a little bit too close to the grass, but Infant Eater has been remaining on the tail of Hoven Rally for quite a number of laps here. I think this is probably the closest he's been.
Waiting for his moment. I mean, it's all about the exit that you get from turn 12, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, if you're close enough there, you're gonna have a shot on the pit straight with the DRS.
If you go flat out too, some drivers they tend to lift a little bit, or.
Mm-hmm. Well, now towards the end of the race, depending on how your tires feel, that last corner, turn 14, you can take it flat out, but you risk what happened to Hafernix, right? So you see that. I think that was the slightest of lifts. So Larodi, a question here. You're El Capitan. You're in the lead of the race. You're seeing Altron closing that gap. How much are you looking at that gap, and how much is just head down,
I'll be
quali
panicking the whole
laps?
time.
Yeah. It's gotta
I
be nerve-wracking.
I would be nervous. Well, I'm always a nervous wreck. Even when I have won and I've won with a comfortable gap, but even then it's like.
That's not true. We remember how you won the tier two.
But you know what? I
Very
didn't win.
very nicely.
I was barely on the podium. It's just
Well,
consistency on the track.
consistency. Pauly D would be proud.
Yeah, I have no idea how I
So
won
yeah,
that.
I wonder. That's definitely something that Kyle can ask in the interviews post race, because I'm genuinely curious. Like, how much is it? Are you keeping an eye on that delta with your heart racing, and how much you're trying to forget about it? Because
Well,
it is closing now down to 2.7
from
with 2
experience,
laps
I've
left.
heard my heartbeat in my headset, so who knows? El Capitan could probably be just calm and collected and be like, all right, well, 2 more laps remaining. Well, 3 laps, including this one. But Infinitors, yeah, trying to close in, not able to close in enough. Once again on Hoven Rally.
I wonder if Hoven Rowley maybe has a very low downforce setup, that's giving him that little edge in the straights.
Yeah, because it's not even much of a tire difference, right? It's one lap.
No,
Infinitors
no,
one
not
lap
at all.
older.
Or, maybe it's just that Hohen Rowley is getting phenomenal exits where he needs them, knows where he needs to push it more. Because we do see that gap kind of yo-yoing, right? Between, and Fat Angel putting the fastest lap on those fresh mediums.
Well,
Interesting.
I actually thought Happiness was going to be able to get it. Looking at the,
Yep.
looks like no, he hasn't been able to improve on those soft tires.
Yeah, Halfordix might not have been able to have the benefit of DRS, but it looks like Fat Angel is nowhere near. Although with lapped cars, perhaps.
Ooh, and Infiniter
That's
taking,
gonna cost him.
going a bit wide there and into the gravel, and it definitely has
Not
cost
losing
him a
too
little bit
much
time.
time.
For it. Yeah.
Not losing too much time with DRS. He's gonna make up some of that.
I feel like how he still remained on the throttle. He didn't care. He's like, I'm taking that gravel with me.
That's commitment. That's commitment
Sending the
right
rocks
there.
into Hoven Rally.
That is.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Alright, but we are currently on the penultimate lap. I'm keeping an eye on Infant Eater, but I'm also keeping an eye on Altron, who is now less than 2 seconds behind of El Capitan. So we'll see here on the final lap if Altron's going to be able to close in.
Yeah, 17 lap all hards are gonna be feeling dicey.
Although it does look like Altron is struggling a little bit there, and actually has lost a little bit of time. So El Capitan has to, keep his head down here for the final lap, keep it consistent, keep it on the track. And if I'm not mistaken, this would possibly be his first win of the season.
It is.
And it is. You have it ready there.
Handled. Yeah, he's handled he's finished P2 and P3 once each. So this would be a quite nice comeback after his DNF in Vegas last week.
Oh, definitely. I'm pretty sure he'd be ecstatic after that.
Just what the doctor ordered, but let's not jinx it. This gap is now 1.5 seconds. Doesn't look like Altron's going to be able to get within DRS by the detection point, which is right there. So Altron also going a little bit wide. Now 1.3 seconds behind.
El Capitan keeping it solid here on the final sector of the final lap. So Altron does have El Capitan in his view, but looks like El Capitan, unfazed, is going to go through the final corner and go for the
take the win.
With Altron following right behind in second. Escargo as well, having to keep it consistent here on the final lap, has a comfortable gap of over 2 seconds ahead of Armanson. And takes that last corner quite cautious.
brilliant race by
Brilliant, yeah,
Escargo.
brilliant race.
Yeah, I stick with my driver of the day suggestions and El Capitan and Escargo. Um, Phenomenal races by both of them. You know, dicey there at the end. I mean, Otron is so strong here. Just the fact that he spun out, was 7.5 seconds behind, finished just a second and a half behind El Capitan shows that he really had pace. He really had the pace. Um, it's just a shame that there was that incident in turn one.
Oh, we
As
still
we
have a little
see,
bit of a battle here.
Hafrenix
Hafrix trying to get the overtake on Leader Liebag, and Leader Liebag defending that position.
on the outside. That's very brave. As we go flat out through turn 13.
Oh, looks like Altron didn't want to wait for for these two to cross the line, so I'll have to fix that up afterwards. But and Tafur as well, or was it Tafur? Actually, no, I believe it was Bigfoot. But honestly, a really great race. I actually really enjoyed that.
Great race with no assists, no line. Uh, great drive. I'm still struck by everybody avoiding MJW in that first lap. Kudos to every single driver that
Was a
managed
bit of a
to.
heart attack, yeah.
Yeah, and congratulations to El Capitan, Otron, and Escargo for their podium. Brilliant.
Yeah, brilliant drive. Do you or do you want me to do the final
Oh,
here?
please go ahead, Rodri.
Okay, you want to try catching up with the time. Uh, so yeah, so we have our podium runners: El Capitan in first, Escargo in second, our Manson in third. Three of them sharing the podium. As we mentioned, phenomenal drive by them. We have Hoven Rally in fourth, Infinite Eater in fifth, Chevy Wolf sixth, MJW seventh, Chernobyl Clocks eighth, Fat Angel in ninth, also picking up the extra 2 points for the fastest lap. Leader Leadbag in 10th, so that is our top 10. We have Hafrenix, Javi Races, Atron, Bigfoot, Tafur, and our two DNFs, unfortunately, Guardians and Kern Dogs. So, yeah, big congratulations to all these drivers. It was a really enjoyable race. Nice end to round 8. And after that, we are on to round 9 in Netherlands, Antwerp. So, yeah, looking forward to that track. I think we have mixed emotions on it, but
It's usually eventful,
yeah, it's usually
so that's
eventful,
something
but
to look forward to.
hopefully in a good way, eventful. But
Yeah,
but yeah, no, honestly, big congratulations to all these drivers. Looking forward to seeing the end of this season, seeing who's able to improve even further and try capitalizing on the points. But yeah, honestly, yeah, thanks to all our viewers who are watching. Mini Tony, thank you again for joining in on the comms.
always a pleasure
I
as
know for a fact everybody
joining
enjoys
us
having you
as
here.
guest
Nah,
commentator, special guest commentator.
yeah. Oh wow, you want special right on the name. No, no,
Thank you
yeah,
for having me,
honestly.
La Rodri. This was a very enjoyable race.
Yeah,
A
very
very good
enjoyable. I'm
show
gonna have
put
to take a
by.
look afterwards to kind of decide who I would say driver of the day. There's so much action happening. I do agree with you on El Capitan and possibly Escargo. We'll have to look again at the results to kind of see for my third nominee. But yeah, honestly, yeah, all the drivers doing a great job, really. But yeah, everybody, thanks for watching. Have a good night, good evening, good morning, wherever you guys are watching from, and we'll catch you guys on the next race.